Welcome, beloved soul. You have arrived here for a reason. This moment has found you, not by accident, but by divine orchestration. A higher power is moving behind the scenes of your life, stitching meaning into the mundane, light into the darkness, and clarity into confusion. Today, the Lord has a sacred message for you. It is a message of justice. It is a message of empathy. It is a message of peace amidst conflict. And most importantly, it is a message meant for this very moment in your life. You may have just received a court notice. Maybe it came suddenly, without warning. Maybe it shook your spirit, made you question what's happening, who to trust, or why this is unfolding now. But here's what the Lord wants you to know. Even what seems like a weapon formed against you can be turned into a tool for your elevation. Before we continue, take a moment to type justice, not just to claim this message, but to anchor yourself in divine order. Justice isn't only a legal term. It is spiritual alignment, and the Lord is guiding you toward it. Let us begin. Yes, you've been served with a legal document. Yes, someone has filed a complaint, raised a dispute, or made a demand. But do not fear, because what is seen is only a shadow of what is unseen. And behind this event is a lesson, a call, and perhaps even a miracle in disguise. Could this be about more than the legal matter itself? Could it be an opportunity to demonstrate grace? Could it be a divine test, a call to respond not with reactivity, but with righteousness? The Lord is asking you to pause before you react. Before you plan your defense, plan your surrender, not to people, but to Him, because His justice flows from a place beyond any courtroom. It flows from His throne, from His righteousness, from His heart. And what is in His heart? This message is not about blame. It's about transformation. And sometimes that begins by looking at the situation through spiritual eyes. The person who sent this court notice, what might they be feeling? Fear? Resentment? Betrayal? Could it be that they are projecting wounds they don't yet understand? This does not mean you excuse harm, but it does mean you see the human beneath the action. Before we go deeper, type empathy if you're ready to soften your heart just enough to see beyond the offense and into the origin of pain. Because empathy doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise. Every conflict is an invitation to rise, to evolve, to choose higher. This court notice may seem like a burden, but spiritually, it's a lesson. And the Lord is your teacher. He's asking, will you respond from ego or from spirit? Will you escalate or illuminate? Will you seek revenge or reconciliation? You're being invited into a space few walk, the path of the peacemaker. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Matthew 5:9. Type forgiveness if you're willing to start releasing, not for them, but for you, because forgiveness frees the forgiver. At the center of this entire message is one timeless truth. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Mark 12:31. It's easy to love when all is peaceful. But divine love shows itself when peace is threatened. What if this legal dispute isn't a battle to win, but a bridge to build? What if you have a divine assignment, not to fight, but to illuminate, to be the one who offers an unexpected kindness? To say, I see your pain. Let us resolve this, not as enemies, but as souls in need of healing. Type, love thy neighbor, if you believe peace is possible, even here, even now. Let's be honest. Legal conflict is exhausting, draining, confusing. It can stir up anxiety, resentment, and even fear of the unknown. But here's what the Lord says: Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Stillness doesn't mean passivity. It means choosing faith over frenzy. It means knowing you are not fighting this alone. He is your advocate, your defender, your healer, your judge. And even in the courtroom, He stands with you. There is healing in this moment. Healing for you. Healing for the other. Healing for everything that led to this point. Before we move forward, type choose love to reaffirm your intention to walk this path not with anger, but with divine clarity. He sees your heart. He knows what you've endured. He knows what you've lost. He knows the accusations that were unfair, the silence that hurt more than words, and the pressure you've carried without a witness. He knows. And He also knows this: you are ready for a new kind of breakthrough. This court notice is not your downfall. It's your doorway. A door into spiritual growth. A door into clearer boundaries. A door into courage and voice. A door into healing from past patterns of suppression, silence, or self-sacrifice. But you must walk through this door with intention. Let go of the need to win and embrace the desire to heal. Let go of the urge to dominate and lean into the divine desire to understand. Let go of bitterness and grab hold of truth. Before we continue, type self-love if you're ready to not just protect yourself, but honor yourself through this process. Here's your spiritual strategy. Pray before you act. Seek clarity, not vengeance. Ask the Lord, what would love do here? And listen. He will answer, not always in words, but in peace, signs, and inner strength. Seek legal counsel if needed, but stay spiritually anchored. Practical action is not unspiritual. Sometimes God works through lawyers, mediators, and documents. But let your heart remain unshaken. Ask, what can I learn from this? Is this about boundaries, integrity, closure, forgiveness, justice? Let this conflict teach you, not trap you. Extend grace, but maintain clarity. You can love someone and still hold them accountable. You can forgive without tolerating injustice. Balance love with truth, compassion with boundaries. Life is a series of interconnected moments, a divine tapestry being woven through time, emotion, choices, and destiny. This court notice, believe it or not, is just a single thread, and what you do with it will determine the beauty of that thread. Will it become a scar or a story of transformation? Will it become an end or a new beginning? Type tapestry of life to claim this vision, because what you're living now will one day be your testimony, and the Lord wants it to be a story of peace, not destruction. Victory is not just walking away from the courtroom vindicated. Victory is walking away knowing you honored your soul. Victory is staying grounded in love while standing firm in truth. Victory is looking in the mirror and saying, I chose the higher path. This kind of victory leaves no bitter aftertaste. It blesses both the giver and the receiver. It leaves no room for spiritual regret, because you followed the divine. You followed God's justice, not man's ego. You may feel isolated, but you are surrounded by angels, by divine protection, by heavenly wisdom. Call on the Lord. Call on His angels. Call on clarity, discernment, and peace. He will answer. He will go before you. He will prepare the way. And if this path leads to the courtroom, He will be seated beside you. If it leads to reconciliation, He will speak through you. If it leads to letting go, He will give you strength. Today, the Lord calls you to respond not with fear, but with faith, not with bitterness, but with balance, not with rage, but with righteousness. The court notice you received may shake the surface, but the foundation of your soul is unshakable, because you are rooted in divine truth. So, what will you do? Will you react? Or rise? Will you escalate? Or elevate? Will you argue? Or awaken? You, beloved soul, have the power to choose, and your choice creates ripples into eternity. Before we end, type, I choose love and understanding to seal this divine message within you. Let this be your vow, not to others, but to yourself and to God. Walk forward in strength. Walk forward in peace. And no matter what happens next, remember, you are divinely guided. This is not the end. This is the beginning of your transformation